First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways, preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth, and salutations to the hopeful that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this your brother Dawab from the branch of GMS here in Chicago, coming right back at you with a little lesson. And well, it ain't a little lesson. I mean, hey, this has been one of the biggest lessons that brothers been preaching and teaching for decades now. Is beginning with the apostles on down, and it's the C-Hip, man. And look at this. It says, major tech companies want prisoners microchipped. This was put out 4 hours ago by at Indisputable TYT. I've seen this brother a few times. He always got interesting topics that he's going into. You know, a lot of times it's about unfairness in this world, but this was one of the particular topics that he was going into. And I'm going to sit up here and play it. Before I play it, I'm going to get the Copyright Act of 1976. I say that a lot in a lot of my videos, man. I use quite a few people videos to make some of my videos with. So a lot of times you just want to cover bases. But I want to use the Copyright Act of 1976. So this is just for educational purposes only, not for monetary gain. So I'm gonna play about a minute and a half of this. I mean, once you get to the minute and 30-second period, he's going to make a point, and then I'm going to sit up here and grab a few scriptures. But, hey, the apostles been talking about this, beginning with the Apostle Tahar, been talking about this for a very long time, man. You know, and to them other camps, man, you know, IUIC or whoever else is teaching that it's meat, and that the mark of the beast is meat and sleeping with white women and sin and all other sorts of nonsense that they be coming up with. A lot of y'all, man, about to be destroyed, man. A lot of y'all leading y'all flock down a bad path. And this has been, but look at, it's all in your face, man. It's been coming out everywhere to see him. The microchip and the brain implants and everything else. It's been in your face hard lately. So I don't understand, you know, unless you took the bag or you just flat out stupid, but, you know, but here it is. I ain't going to go no further into that. I'm going to let this play in like a minute and a half, and then I'm going to grab a few scriptures.
Major tech companies propose putting microchips inside of prisoners. Here it is.
So a digital rights group called Foxglove has just obtained meeting minutes from a UK government roundtable where Google, Microsoft, Amazon, IBM, and Palantir were all proposing, surgically implanting chips, you know, like microchips, inside prisoners in order to track their behavior and their location in real time. And here's the thing about all of that. You see, that meeting took place a little over a year ago, and those proposals have been sitting under consideration for that entire year, and nobody knew about it until a few days ago when those minutes were made public. And according to Ministry of Justice sources, none of those proposals have been ruled out. They're all still on the table. Now, if you've been following me for a while, then you already know why my face looks like this. Because last year, I published a 7-part investigation called Who TF is in My Head, and it was about Elon Musk and his company Neuralink, and about the potential for experimentation on incarcerated people, potentially, allegedly, when it comes to testing this technology, allegedly.
Do I have to say it out loud? Number one, this is a pretext to create the context to knock on your door. Okay? This isn't just for prisoners. Look at the companies who are involved. These companies are end consumer companies, meaning the consumer is the one buying the end product. These are not companies that typically deal with.
So I'm gonna leave it right there. He stood up here and said this is not just for prisoners. So y'all know where this is going. These motherfuckers wanna implant. They wanna chip all you motherfuckers, man. Everybody. It says, you know what, I'm going to grab that. But I'm going to sit up here. But the first scripture I want to grab, I had another one on the deck. But I'm going to grab this one first. Because he said everybody. He said, you know, the woman was sitting up here talking about that they, what he said, what's he say? That they're about to experiment on the inmates first. You know, they're going to do it with the inmates. They're gonna do it with the army people. You know, these are gonna be the first people, man, that's gonna take it, and a lot of them already got it. And you gotta understand. Look over in Sweden. Sweden got quite a few of their people already with the sea hip. So hey, man, this thing is rolling. So brothers, man, it ain't too far away. But the first scripture I want to give was Revelations 3. And because this is just going into what he said here. You want everybody, and this is what's going to happen. It says, this Revelations 3 and 10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So what's that hour of temptation? It's going to be when they sit up here and try to see hip everybody, put that chip in everybody, man. That chip implant. The Lord said he's going to keep us from it, But that time is coming up on everybody, Especially over here in America, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, man. That time is coming up on everybody. Everybody going to be tried over here. But the Lord said he's going to keep his elect from it, And brothers, we got to keep that in mind, And the times ahead is about to get real rough and real rugged, And what it say, then you're going to know who my chosen are when they come in and start trying to take people out of their homes and stuff, man. Because we're gonna sit up here and stand on this truth, man. We're going to stand on this truth hard. So with that, man, let me sit up here and grab this other. Let me grab, what is that, Ezekiel, I think, that I want to grab. Was it Ezekiel? Yeah, I think it was Ezekiel. Because we sitting up here warning the people, man. We warning the flock. A lot of these other motherfucking groups ain't doing what they supposed to be doing, but we warning the flock, man. This is Ezekiel 3 and 17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word of my mouth, and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand. I'm going to read 19. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. And we warning the wicked. We sitting up here telling you, we talking about you so-called black Latinos and Native Americans. We're sitting up here telling you how to get right with the Lord. The Lord, hey, obey the commandments. We can't keep them great, but we can keep them to the best of our ability. But hey, there are other things that we warning you about too. You take that C-hip, that's going to be your ass. And that's talking to you so-called black Latinos and Native Americans, the real true children of the Lord, of Yahweh. You take that motherfucking chip, that's your ass, man. That's it. And we warning our people. Hey, if you take that chip, you destroy. That chip is the mark. The charagma. Hey, it's been a lot of videos been put out, man. You been getting warned left and right. It ain't gonna be no excuse. And that goes to these other camps too. It ain't gonna be no excuse, man. When that time comes, man, it's gonna be your ass. But this is what we doing. Hey, he said he's made us. He said, hey, son of man, I have made you a watchman to the house of Israel. Being a watchman is warning our people of all the things to come. And that main prophecy that's coming is the MOTB. And if you take it, you will be destroyed. And we are letting you know right here and now. You take it, that's your ass. So with that, now let's go ahead and go get it. I'm going to grab it. Revelation 13. And I'm quite sure it shouldn't be no one who hasn't heard this scripture 1,000 times so far, man. Every brother has been bringing this scripture out, beginning with the apostles on down, beginning with Apostle Tahar on down about this scripture. This is Revelations 13 and 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Hey, look, plain and simple. You keep it plain and simple. It says, hey, look, the mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. It's been specific. The right hand or forehead, even though it means any hand. Most people are right-handed, so it's a lot of times it's talking about your dominant hand. But you got a lot of left-handed people too. My son is left-handed. So my whole point is, hey, look, man, it don't matter which hand it is. If you put that motherfucker in your butt cheek, it's gonna be your ass, man. Let's just quit playing these games. You know, you put that cut in you, you sitting up here saying that you are bowing down to the system of the so-called white man. And you're going to be fucking destroyed. Now let's go to, and here's the thing. Let's go to Revelations 14. Because Revelations 14 will let you know what's going to happen to your punk ass. It's Revelations 14:9. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive the mark in his forehead or in his hand. It didn't say right or left. It said, or in his hand. For you clowns out there that might sit up here and try to be, see, they said the right hand. Fucking idiots. It says, or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine and the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture in the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Tormented with fire and brimstone. That's going to be those nuclear missiles touching down on America, aka Babylon the Great, destroying this fucking place. Because this is going to be the only place that's going to be destroyed. Totally destroyed, where ain't nothing going to live. Now, that place where them fake imposters is going to be destroyed too, but that's going to be built up. That's going to be refreshed, renewed. But America, aka Babylon the Great, is going to be totally destroyed. The only thing that's going to be here is desert creatures. Is going to be totally wasted. No man is going to be here. No man. Period. Nothing. You know. And it's letting you know. So if you put that piece in your hand, that chip in your hand, bye-bye. You're through. There's no turning back. You can't take it back. And I really don't give a fuck about the heathens or the Edomites, if they take it or not. But to you so-called black Latinos and Native Americans, you true Israelites of the Bible, if your lineage go through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because there are a lot of motherfuckers out here who might look like Israelites, but probably Edomites, and there's a lot of Edomites who a lot of so-called white people who look like Edomites who truly are Israelites, and there's a lot of so-called black people who look like Israelites who are truly Edomites, because we've been mixed throughout the years. That's why we go by the spirit. We do not go by your color, how you look, your color. Even though that's how can I say? That's one of the ways that we do. Dang. Sometimes I hate it when I get stuck for a word or I get a brain cramp. You know, that's one of the ways that we do sit up here and identify you. But it's the spirit. You know, because throughout the years we've been mingled. But either way it goes, you take that chip, that's your ass. Hey, so with that hand, look who they already starting with. And trust me, I bet you that a lot of them are already chipped too. Let's not play these games. A lot of these motherfuckers, when Esau say something, he's probably already done it. You know, for the most part. When he puts it out there for people to hear, chances are he's probably already done it. That's just facts. You know. But with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honors to those apostles, the elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. It's how you taste to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other, because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I like to say Kwam Yasharella and Abba Ball and Anya Habadam Balakia. Shalom.